Hey everybody, it's Kim Berry here from Kim's DIY Tribe, and we're making an Easter sign. We're going to do a couple of Easter projects while I'm still on spring break and waiting out the corona crisis. Here's a blank wooden egg. This was on sale so cheap that I couldn't even laser it for the price that I got this. Normally I would just use my Glowforge laser cutter and cut and engrave this, but it was like $2, and so I couldn't beat that. I'm going to stain it with a gel stain in kind of an aqua color, and then I'm going to show you the process and show you what we're going to do to make this a cute Easter sign and how it all comes together. Stay with me, and if you haven't, please hit the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. Okay, we're back and we have our gel stain on. It's still damp because I want to add a little streaking with this ultra dye in tantalizing teal. I just want to go in and just gently dab off my brush and just kind of streak through to give it kind of an irregular pattern. Just to add another level of color and dimension. I don't want to add too much, but just enough to give it a little bit more of a rustic feel. I'm just working a tiny little bit on my brush, dabbing it and blending it just a little. And I go back over the top to bottom to kind of get rid of the exact streakiness that I don't desire. I don't want an obvious start-stop kind of streak. All right, there we go. That's all I wanted to add, was just a little bit to enhance the color and the dimension. Okay, so we are ready to cut the letter for our Easter sign. All I did was take some birch plywood. This is about 1/8 of an inch thick, and I used pickling wash in the color Stormy Sky and in driftwood and just plain cheap white acrylic. I literally squirted some of all three onto the wood, and I just stroked back and forth to kind of smear and blend and make this streaky, weathered look. Now we're going to mask it, and then we're going to put it in the Glowforge and cut. Okay, so we are back and we've got all our pieces now. I do want to tell you something that I screwed up on so that you don't. When you saw this wood in the laser bed, it was masked, which it should be. Masking just helps prevent scorching and making it look burnt along the edges, especially on something delicate like this. Well, I mask it, and then I put in the laser and hit the magic button, as you saw, and it started to cut it, and it started to blow the masking. Probably because I got in a hurry and didn't let my whitewashing fully dry before I applied the masking. I was in a hurry to run it, and once the masking starts to blow and the pieces float around the bed, you have to shut it down because it presents a fire risk. So I shut it down, I pulled the masking off and let the machine go ahead and finish, and I got this piece. It doesn't look much different in the camera, but I've painted it, trying to salvage it, but it just doesn't look right. The edges aren't clean and crisp. Now, I can spray paint this and use it in another project, so it's not a waste. I just want you to learn from my mistake. So I let it dry fully, remasked the wood, repositioned my design, and ran it again, not the S, just the flower cutout. And this time it came out perfect because these dark edges are part of what makes it look delicate, laser, woodwork, and unique. So I want those to stay on there. I don't want the edges painted in this case. I want them to look that dark wood look. So we've got the piece now the way I want it. We've got the S. We're going to adhere them all together on the egg. And I'm going to make a ribbon. I used a coupon. Joann's ran a 60% off coupon, and I went there looking for ribbon, and they didn't have anything that would go with this project. So knowing that Joann's and Michael's both take each other's competitors' coupons, I took it with me to Michael's and got the ribbon that I needed. They happened to have the one I wanted, and so I'm going to make a bow and assemble this for you so that you can see it all put together. Just remember, whenever you're masking, let your paint fully dry before you try to put your paper masking on. And if you do get peel back or lifting or pieces blowing around, turn off your laser so that you don't start a fire. Plus, you should always have a fire extinguisher nearby just in case. Thanks for being with me. I'll be back with the finished project. Another change in plans. I don't like the bow, so I'm not putting that on. It just is too big. We don't need a JoJo bow on this Easter egg. So we're ditching the bow and we'll make it simple.